acting weird. They're going to keep it electric today inside Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium, home to the Longhorns. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see the number 23 team in the country, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on the 11th-ranked team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Longhorns will boot it away to start the game. Fielded in the end zone. It's Williams. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
You just got to wonder, too, guys, if the crowd didn't impact the offense. They're playing on the road on the first 3rd down of this football game. Incomplete. The idea here, I think, just punt it away and see if you can regroup, because this environment is hostile.
He only needs a sliver of daylight. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Offense set on 1st down. He's looking to throw it. Quickly out to the tight end. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's too fast for linebackers to cover, and he's too big for DBs to cover. He's a real weapon in this offense.
And that's all you want, right? You want that 1st down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a 1st down, get a new set of downs.
All the way down at the 33-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. Keeps the legs moving.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or gang tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
The RPO fired complete to the left. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. The Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. They'll run it. It's Baxter. Plows ahead for a pickup of 4 down to the 14. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking for a crease to the left. They get him on the ground. He picked up about 4 yards, and the ball spotted in the 10.
I think you run that ball on second down knowing it's going to make third down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know third down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
On third and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. The Longhorns come to the line trying to convert on fourth down. Quarterback checking off. On fourth down, they'll run it, looking for the first. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Longhorns! They're bellowing out Texas fight right now as the Horns are ready after that touchdown drive.
And what a great way to start. Get the crowd jacked up. When you do something good like this early, that burnt orange is going absolutely bananas in the stands. And the rest of the game, the defense, the special teams, everybody feeds off their great energy.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So they take advantage of good field position and move it 46 yards. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. They're just about ready to kick it away. Looks like he's going to try to return it. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit in this one.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. And off to Jones. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17.
Now, that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Looking to throw, it's Howard. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Looking for a block. It's Branch. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play. They get just enough to keep the drive alive.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. They'll pick up 4, second and 6 coming. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. got it behind the line. It's Baxter. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's third and short. They'll try to power their way ahead. Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2.
Now, a 4th down. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Texas 7, Ole Miss 0.
The offense is going to stay on the field. They'll take a pass on the 55-yard field goal attempt. They're trying to get to it. Gets drilled as he throws. The big pressure on 4th down, and they'll get it back.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They were ready for the pass, and you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
They'll run it out of the shotgun.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Trying to impose their will with the run. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
And off Jones. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
I really like this call to go for it on 4th down in this area of the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's got him, and they convert. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the 1st down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
Going to the ground.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Howard. The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off like that, getting after it.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Fires to the wideout. And the ball is intercepted. Got some room to run. The 40. He's at the 20. And just an outstanding return. Takes it back to the 7-yard line. And they were most Just fortunate to catch up to him there. He almost turned that into a pick six.
Man, and he had a convoy, too. As soon as he had the ball, he just looked around him. There was just a lot of open green, and he took off. Great job by his teammates on defense, getting downfield and setting up some blocks.
And the sudden change situation even more difficult for this defense facing a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Does life get any better than this for an offense to start a drive with a first and goal? Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle. They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on second and goal. They'll run it to the left, looking for the end zone. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
Yeah, and this offense, that's what they do. Last week he had 2 rushing touchdowns. They're going to feature him. They're going to get physical, especially inside the 5-yard line. You're going to feed this guy the football. This offense has had success in the past giving him the ball.
Trying to power it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Texas! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Boise State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Hawaii. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity.
Gonna take a shot. And that ball is picked off. Bringing it back. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, the defense is feeling it now, right? 2 picks in 2 straight drives. Their guys have been all over the field making plays when the ball's in the air. The D coordinator's got to love that.
Line gets set, first down. Running back goes in motion. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
Quarterback checking the play. Wants to throw on first down. Looking to buy time. Keeps it and gets past. And it's a fumble after that huge gain. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And, man, I love my quarterbacks that want to make plays and make those big plays and scramble around and get away from people, but you got to tuck that football away when you're going to run through arm tackles and people are around you diving. Make sure you got that thing locked up. He did, and defense took advantage of it.
To the air, it's Howard. He lobs one high down the left side. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His 3rd interception.
And that's just excellent cover. Man, cover 1, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, Gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. From the gun, give on the inside. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain. They'll immediately call timeout.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. It's complete to the right. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Timeout, Ole Miss.
And the Longhorns decide to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Fair catch called for and made. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Going up top on 1st down. He lofts one down the sideline. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's going to wrap up the 1st half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Rebels will boot it away to start the 2nd half. A rather inauspicious start with the kickoff out of bounds and great field position for this offense. The offense set for a 1st down play. Little touch pass to the receiver. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead of him on the inside.
The Longhorns want to pick up the tempo. The give to the tailback. At the 40, there he goes. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
Well, as a defense, you know this is going to be a challenge every time you face this offense. They're one of the 25 best in the nation at getting 1st downs because they can pick them up in a variety of ways, including running the football. You have got to be physical when facing off against this offense.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
Fires to the big fella. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better 3rd down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to 3rd down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Makes the grab on the left. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. And the Longhorns will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. He now has 56 yards rushing in this one and within striking distance of a 1,000-yard season. On 2nd and goal, they believe he's got a nose for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorn! They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. Well, let's count them up. 1, 2, 3. 3 is the magic number for touchdowns.
Yeah, it's as easy as ABC. Goodness gracious. He's been getting whatever he wants, whenever he wants, however he wants. I might want to change something up, or maybe focus on that guy that's getting the football a lot and score.
Ole Miss, 0. Texas.
He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. And the returner will be knocked down.
And the Ole Miss offense will take over 1st and 10.
Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quick.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Feet in the end zone, looking to fire. He'll take a deep shot here. He's got it down the left side. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. Suddenly, after that last big play, they're on the move. 1st and 10 from the 44. Back to throw, it's Howard. Going back to the well, another deep ball. He caught it, and he will score. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
What a massive play for the offense. And sometimes when you're calling it deep in your own end, you're expecting man coverage or at least a one-on-one to the outside of the field, and that's what they had. The quarterback put air under it. The receiver shows off his speed. They make the catch, and it's not just a big 1st down. It's a touchdown. That is a momentum-changing play.
And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the scoring play coming on a 56-yard touchdown pass.
Texas.
He'll call for the fair catch here. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, and how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Defense taking it the other way, and he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Rebels!
How oftentimes can you say that there is a safety who is the most dangerous guy on the field with the ball in his hands? Did you see that guy and his ability in the open field once he picked it off? There was nobody on offense even coming close to getting that guy down. What an athlete.
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6.
Texas.
He'll bring it out. It's Branch. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Looking for a man. It's Manning. Finds his back in the middle. Strikes the blow. They get him down at the 49, but not before he picks up 15.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line, is able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Here's the handoff. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? The Longhorns will hustle to the line. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On second down, looking to throw. Good timing on the quick out. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Well, when you're throwing these out routes, guys, it's location, location, location. As a QB, you've got to put that out in front of your guy so he can make the catch. You put that behind him, that might be getting picked. Nice job there by the QB.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down.
Well, there's just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got it past the marker. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily. First down to start the drive after the break. He's going to pass. He's got it on the run. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Looking for a gap. It's Baxter. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2.
Yeah, and I think on that third down and short call, I honestly think that they thought it was going to be a 4th down situation. Now it's 4th and 2. I think this offense was ready for this opportunity, and I think they're going to go for it right here.
Splits the uprights, it's good. And that will extend their lead even further.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing. Good decision by the head coach here in the fourth quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a 2-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Give to the running back. After that one, not quite so backed up as they're up to the 18-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. Looking for a man. It's Howard. Going for the big play. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line.
Well, that's exactly why you practice these 2-minute situations. The quarterback knew exactly where to go. He's trying to work the sidelines, save some clock. Great route by the receiver getting open, making the catch, getting out of bounds. And this drive is off to a pretty good start.
They'll throw it on first down. Buys a little time. He's not afraid to go deep. And it's his 4th interception of the night. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
It doesn't get any better from the defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet. It's getting pretty close.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Man, it's nice to have a quarterback that can do this. Last week he was unbelievable. This week, even better. This dude is absolutely on fire, in the zone, feeling it, using the whole field, doing whatever he wants, when he wants, how he wants.
On third down, going up top. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
Oh, big juke to get past. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially...
A shot toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Ole Miss! Very interesting.
No doubt the offense got what they needed. More work to do, but you had to get this part accomplished first.
Now the 2-point conversion attempt is coming. Looking downfield, it's Howard. It's complete to the left. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is good. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
That's the way to start a drive, and now they'll try to follow up on 1st and 10. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if it's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
Now on second down, and we'll probably see another run, and that might do it if they can get a first down. Hand off from the shotgun. At the 35, he's open. Hit the afterburners, kid. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas!
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
They'll line up for the extra point, and at this juncture, every point matters. And that extra point might be the thing that brings it home. They're up by 9 late in the fourth. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Kennesaw State is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. They're trailing by 10 to Middle Tennessee. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Defense dropping into soft coverage. Getting some heat. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
All right, I like the aggressiveness. I want to be aggressive as a play caller when I'm coming out of my own end zone, when I got a little bit of space to throw the football. And you can tell they wanted to be aggressive, wanted to take a shot. Defense was ready, locked them down, but thank goodness, still had a little space left.
How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
And this guy has been so important to this defense, the way he plays on the back end. Top 10 in the nation in interceptions. He just has a feel and reads the quarterback's eyes. He almost picked that last one off.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. He wants a big play here late. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
After that incompletion, fourth and long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in the fourth quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where is the matchup that you trust in to come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game?
On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Here's a throw downfield late. He's got it down the right side. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that
Throws toward the end zone. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. And now when you have a solid lead like this, Jesse, you find out, can you deliver the knockout punch?
And we're expecting them to come out here and just run the football, bleed the clock, let the big uglies up front get some push, and ball security, David. That's a premium.
Yes, take care of the football. Don't make any dumb mistakes. Be physical. And listen, if they want to load the box, don't be afraid to take a shot.
So now they'll try to mitigate that disaster on second down from the 15. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. fires to the tight end. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Try to get it on the ground. Spins away from one. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space.
And just leaving no doubt in this one, right? Fourth down, they've got the lead, running the ball and picking up the first. They're going to ice this game.
You talk about 2-minute drills. This is how you end the ball on an offensive 2-minute drill when you're winning. Run the clock out, run the football, be physical, watch it go to 0.
The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Tosses to the quarterback. Hard running there. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Back to pass, it's Manning. Feeling some heat. They get to him as he throws. And as the ball falls incomplete, the clock strikes 0. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team come into fruition. You just get the sense they're finding out who they are, what they're about, what they're going to do schematically, and who their big playmakers are.
Which